Shegundinola Adeyemi, the Duke of your airwaves. You know how it is. We serve you good entertainment Mondays all through to Fridays. And that's how we do. We'll take you on a smooth ride of entertainment. So don't go nowhere. Join us every Mondays to Fridays. We love you guys.
It's Humor Hangout with Kofi the Guru, your host with the most. Ricky is a virgin.
Why are you virginity?
I like food and I eat a lot, and you don't really see my body.
Where's the eat a lot?
You don't see my body. That's a special thing.
What's the female for Philip?
Philip. It can't be Philippines. It can't be Filipina.
Philomena. Paul.
Paula.
Tunde.
Tunde, no.
Like I tell people, it's for you to be great in whatever you do. You have to stay humble and believe that you are a learner.
Have you ever been asked to play a romantic role?
Of course, I've played romantic roles.
Hi, my name is Iyabojo, and you're watching Humor Hangout with Kofi the Guru.
Family ties, a thorn in the flesh.
We need to remove him, otherwise we are going to be in trouble. You must kill him today, not tomorrow. Today!
There's a handsome prize on your head. And if you can top it, you walk free.
She's even awake. She's awake?
Will you stop that? And don't you dare repeat that again.
What is she doing?
I don't know. My son is nowhere to be found and you asked me to relax. I can't.
So we're not going to eat.
You have to eat. Look at you. So you actually want to eat that food?
The way this food is smelling, I think it's really going to be delicious.
Oh my son! Oh my son!
What are you doing here?
I will not let you send her out.
She's your rival, you know.
I know she's your wife, and I know it's not right for you to treat her like that.
You heard me. Send yourself out before I come back to this house.
Hi, Chief Major General Jones. Good evening.
What is good about this evening? Huh?
What happened now?
Don't mind them. You're not going anywhere. You stay.
Please. Please. What are you doing out of bed?
I needed a drink. You could have called me.
I'm not the father of a thief. And that is what your son is. A thief. Stole the document to my house and sold it. And I swear, he's going to rot in jail.
It's okay, baby.
It's not okay.
Hello? Hello?
Family ties, a thorn in the flesh.
In the second half. Revolution! Moses. The long lineal line. It's lights out and away we go. Bottas gets away well. He's alongside Lewis Hamilton and he's making good progress. Secondly, and look here, they play the Spanish zone. Sebastian Vettel ducking the whole way through. Will they retire from... Moses. Giro looking much more promising in the second half. Revolution! Reach to the sky, ladies and gentlemen!
Demand attitude.
I am Salahuddin.
Demand excitement. Demand action.
You cannot run away from the shadow. Yes. Oh, yeah. Stop there. Huh? Where do you think you're from? Huh? Like I told you, I am your shadow. Pay me my money. Sorry, landlord, I'll pay you your money. Find a woman for me. Find a woman for me.
Are you not tired of being a tenant? At Revolution Plus Property, we offer affordable housing in our 43 estates across Nigeria. Contact us now on visit www.revolutionplusproperty.com.
Revolution Plus Property. Affordable housing.
A very good morning to you, Nigerians, and many thanks for joining us on U45 Morning Show. And of course, you know that your day wouldn't be complete without the morning show. A warm welcome, and I hope you have a beautiful night's rest. I'm Adenike Uweye Ajiboye.
And I'm Patience Willie. Welcome to the show.
I am Wilfred Solomon Osage. Good morning.
All right, viewers, today we want to look at, of course, if you've been following us on the program, we have been looking at the tanker explosion on the Benin Warri Road, precisely Ologbo Koko Junction. It was as a result of the bad road that 2 tankers, oil laden, fell, and this led to an explosion, and many people died. And as a result of that, even Nupeng has already come out to say that they will be going on strike as a result of this bad federal government road. And now, for us to really get updates on this very development, we are being joined by the FRC commander at that particular Benin.
Good morning, viewers.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, beautiful. Can you confirm to us, really, or let's start with the update on this very road. Can you tell us basically what you think led to that very tragic incident?
Thank you very much. Actually, what happened was that the nature of the road is bad. And so whenever vehicles are passing through, they will always have traffic gridlock. It's been there for a long time. And this particular day, that fateful day, what really happened was that the truck laden with PMA was going to Benin. So on going, because of the bad nature of the road, the truck fell. And so fuel started gushing out, and then people trying to pick up, we are seeing it as a food product to be picked up, and then resulted in an explosion. And so it wasn't that that truck hit any vehicle, it didn't hit any vehicle, it just fell. And so because of that, there was a fire incident that engulfed all the vehicles that were along close to the truck, to the tanker. Now, when that happened, 8 lives were lost, and 7 were injured and taken to the hospital when our men got there. We've been on the rescue, we've been on the clearing of obstruction since that day till yesterday. Our men were there, we worked till late in the night. We were able to partner with the contractor that have been assigned that road. So we secured an excavator. It was the excavator that we made use of, and then we were able to remove the small vehicles from the road. And so as I'm talking to you, vehicles are moving, and the excavator so helped us to remove a greater part of the mud on that road. And so vehicles are moving slowly, though, but we believe that by today, we would have been able to ease the traffic on that road. That is the update concerning that road incident.
Okay, Commander, from what we gathered, from the information gathered, it is said that it's as a result of the bad road, while others also say that it is also partly the fault of road users and residents who ran there to scoop fuel. What do you make out of this?
Yes, it was because of the bad road that the truck fell. Now, if the truck didn't fall, of course, the fuel would not gush out for the people living around there to rush to the scene to take the fuel. So it was as a result of the fallen truck that the people that are living around there now saw it as an opportunity for them to go and take a share of their own PMS product. So that was really what caused the explosion. So when you're going to struggle, that any iron can hit another iron, and then there will be heat. And once there is heat, of course, there is going to be an explosion, because we have the PMS already on ground. We have oxygen on ground, so the heat will just ignite it. So that was exactly what happened.
Of Benin Worry, and you, as the Federal Road Safety Corps Commander, don't you really think that this is partly your own challenge because you are supposed to ensure the safety of road users.
The crash cannot be the problem of the road safety. Road safety is everybody's business, and of course, they were on a journey. Road safety couldn't have been able to know that there's going to be the truck will fall there and go and be staying there. Right now, as I'm telling you, there is another truck that got fallen along Ibuzo Road in Delta State in Asaba. When we got the news, our men have been there since yesterday, and we're still working on and to ensure that people don't get close to the truck. Thank God the army is there also, the police that are there, the federal fire service that are there to ensure that nobody gets close to that truck. When it happened, there was nobody to stop the people from going there. So, and the Federal Road Safety Corps cannot be sending people everywhere along the road. They say, stand there in case a truck will fall or this will happen. So it wasn't that way. We give the public enlightenment to every road user to be careful. And for the tanker that got fallen, that tanker was coming from a depot. And we have our tank farm in those depots that talk to them and give them the safety measures on how to use the road.
Reports in regards to the poor state of that road.
Yes, can I get you?
Commander, can you hear me?
No, say it again.
What I'm saying is we are really interested in knowing what you have done prior to this very incident, because since it is as a result of the bad road, as the commander in charge of this very road, has there been any reports written in regards to the bad state of that road to prevent the accident which we're talking about where we lost the lives?
Yes, on quarterly basis, we send our what we call road safety audit report to the relevant agencies, and it has been done, and it is done continually. In fact, what you're seeing that the minister some weeks ago visited that highway is as a result of reports coming from Federal Road Safety. So they now visited to find out the true situation. I'm talking about His Excellency David Umahi. He was there to see things for himself. And contractors have been, the road contract have been awarded for them to commence work. That's why we were even able to achieve what we have achieved, because we were able to partner with the contractor to get the excavator.
So you mean before the incident, the contract for the repair of that road had been awarded?
I don't know when they did it, but I'm telling you, before the incident, the minister had visited that place. He visited that road from all the Warri to Bini.
It would be right for me to say that the bulk of this blame still lies on the federal government. However, in regards to those who actually run there, risk their life to be scooping fear, what would be your advice to these group of Nigerians?
We'll continue to talk to this group of persons that whenever you find such a situation, don't rush. It is dangerous for you to go and scoop fuel because it can result in fire explosion. Safety is everybody's business, and everybody needs to be safety conscious at every point in time. Even people that are living close to such a scene should evacuate immediately to avoid an ugly situation. So we are still urging the people, for what happened in that situation is an unfortunate situation. It's caused by the bad road. And so trying to manage, especially during rainy season, is always so bad. So, but I'm grateful to God that we are happy with the federal government that something is being done about it.
Is is not always proactive, such that we always wait until we have a terrible situation in our hand before we then begin to think of the possible solution. And for this happening on October 1st, the country's Independence Day, having a tragedy is not what we want to experience again. So basically, because of time, this will be all that we will be taking from you, Commander Eshit. Many thanks for being a part of the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, we have been speaking with the Benin Warri FRC Commander, Commander Udeme Eshit. Well, right about now, we'll take a short break, and when we return, it will be time for us to look at the dailies. To stay.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
Being an influencer or a celebrity, everyone sees success. No one sees the daunting exercises and training you have to go through to keep fit. Most times, I need to block out the noise to focus.
Even when I'm stuck, I still make moves. This isn't just any earbud, it's complete ear control. Putting this in my ear is like putting a sound studio in my ear, moving and dancing to the rhythms of the music.
Every accomplishment starts with a decision to focus. I have learned to always take one step at a time. Music is a part of all I do. When I am in a certain energy or mood, I have to distract myself and recharge.
Who am I? I am progressive, inspired by cutting-edge technology. I am a game changer, foiled by challenges and the need to provide exceptional customer service. With me, payments can be done instrumentally. I offer best prices. I deliver very fast and I am always on time. I offer after-sales services. I am efficient and reliable. With me, you're guaranteed peace of mind. I am Pointech, and I am proud to be part of this amazing family. Now you can rest assured you can get all your mobile phones, electronics, gadgets, everything at affordable prices. So what are you waiting for? Join the Pointech side of life. Pointech, phones and more.
Some school of thoughts believe the major challenges confronting Nigeria as a nation is caused by poor leadership. How true is this? you and I can actually put government into tools to deliver the dividends of democracy. Join us every Saturday by 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Let us look at the issues confronting us as a nation. Together we talk heads. Nigeria can be great again. I'm Adenike Oweye Ajiboye. Keep it date.
What up, guys? How's your day going? How are you doing this? I want to believe that you're having fun, right? This bright and sunny day. You know that once you see this duo on your TV screen, we're here to serve you some entertainment.
And of course, entertaining gist coupled with good music won't hurt anybody, right? So here on Super Lunch, we get to entertain you, educate you on recent happenings in the world of entertainment. I am your girl, Eva Grace.
And I am Shegun Delola Adeyemi, the Duke of your airwaves. You know how it is. We serve you good entertainment Mondays all through to Fridays. And that's how we do. We'll take you on a smooth ride of entertainment. So don't go nowhere. Join us every Mondays to Fridays. We love you guys.
Welcome back. You're still watching U45 Morning Show. Now time for us to review the papers. And I'm starting with the Sun newspaper. The Sun newspaper's headline here says, Tragedy at Senate. Kaduna ministerial nominee slumps while being grilled by senators. A journalist collapses in NAS, dies. 3 nominees confirmed. Well, that story is on page 8 of the Sun newspaper. Of course, we are aware what happened at the Senate yesterday during the screening exercise where the Kaduna senatorial nominee had barely introduced themselves and talked about what he's doing. And then the next thing was he slumped, and the lawmakers had to go on a closed door meeting. And now underneath you have trouble looms in health sector. 31,000 primary healthcare centers collapse. The writer says the Sun Media Foundation to partner National Assembly on healthcare. Quickly, I take the next paper. The Vanguard newspaper says, the headline there says, state split over FG's 35,000 wage award to federal workers. The writer says we will key into FG's template, and that is from Enugu, Edo, Ondo, Ekiti, Kebbi, Delta, Oyo, Adamawa, others to negotiate with workers. FG cannot decide to us what to pay. That is a Niger government.
And then to Punch, the major headline says states borrow 46 billion from banks to pay salary. That's the major news on Punch, the front page of Punch newspaper. Other story says teacher's car crushes pupil to death in Lagos. That can be found on pages 4 and 5. That's quite tragic. And it also says ministerial nominees faints, journalist dies in National Assembly shuttle.
And on the Guardian newspapers, the screaming headline says, crisis looms in varsities over mass exodus of lecturers. And it says the federal government last month approved 35% and 23% of salary increments for staff of all federal tertiary institutions. Other story says gunmen abduct five female undergraduates in Katsina. Gunmen abduct 5 female undergraduates in Katsina. That's in page 8 of the Guardian newspapers. Economy bites harder as subscriptions to telecom drops. Economy bites harder as subscription to telecom services drops. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Tragedy in Senate as journalist dies, ministerial nominee slumps during screening. Page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu and the political option for Nnamdi Kanu, editorial page 2 of the Guardian newspaper.
All right, viewers, that is all we'll take about these papers. You can try to get them so that you can be abreast of what is happening in the country. We are now being joined by our newspaper analyst, Ayodeji. How are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, beautiful. Ayodeji, let's start with the Guardian newspaper. The major headline here says, states split over federal government 35,000 naira wage award to federal workers. You are aware that the NLC-TUC, the organized the labor, basically had threatened to go on strike, and over having meeting with the federal government, they decided to hold on and suspend the strike for 30 days. So what's your thoughts, Ayo?
You remember my take? I knew nothing would come out of it. It's politics. It's just where it is. We'll just keep moving in a circle, and we're where we are.
To help us really break it down, the 35,000 naira, where the federal government promises this, and the states governors, some of them are saying that the federal government cannot dictate to them.
Okay, so the first question is, the government goes broke. The country is very broke, right? We currently have a budget deficit of about 11 trillion, and we do not know where to even service that from. And there's an increase in salary, and the question is, how does the government intend to fund it? The major problem in Nigeria is our political elites and leaders make announcements in Senate claims. They tell you where the fund is coming from, but in this case, we don't know where the fund is coming from. Like, from the holistic plan for it is not the implementation goes just beyond an announcement. But as it stands now, it's just an announcement. Is it captured in the budget? Those are the intricate questions we should be asking.
Then say Atiku disagree over certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC. What's your take on that issue?
Atiku is going to have a blockbuster press conference today. A lot of documents have been flying around. Thankfully, there is going to be a couple of minutes, and it's going to do justice to it. A lot of this what David has talked about, some of the documents he has said, but I would not call us our political elite that we were waiting for things worse before we act. The article press conference will be there, and we're going to have a few time tomorrow with snippets and bits and pieces from the press conference. So let's look forward to that.
Okay, let's now look at the Daily Sun says tragedy at Senate. Kaduna ministerial nominee snubs. I think you've spoken about that. Then another one says trouble looms in health sector. 31,000 primary healthcare centers collapse.
This is shameful for a country that is popularly known as popular. The health sector should be one of the vital any and but the case is different in Nigeria. We do not take our serious. The primary health are supposed to be under the purview of the local government, and but currently our local government are ineffective. We see that in Sweden, Ogun State the other day, and how the governor, how local government chairman were frustrating for the governor. over the allowance the governor came out tonight. Like it's just a drama, and one of the things in Nigeria leadership generally, and like we see in one of the headlines, there's a leadership void in Africa, and that is why we're having the series of coups and everything. The unfortunate thing is we do not realize this. Some of the few voices are speaking up against it. They're either shot or they're being intimidated. But there's obviously the leadership gap in Africa. Our health sector should not be reviewed at the moment. The funny thing,
we still talk about in Nigeria, and here is another major headline which says gunmen storm federal varsity Katsina, abduct 5 female students. We remember the Boko Haram taking our girls. Till now, some of them are yet to be released. Now another 5 females have been abducted again.
Well, we have a government, past and present, that's constantly denied the reality in our security sector. The abduction is something that is shameful for us as a country. We should be ready. It shouldn't be. It's not a 2023 thing to be happening, but it's happening in Nigeria. Our leaders, they will come out, but it is what it is. We need to get state of in our security system. There's a video in Abuja on social media the other days ago where someone was just pushed out the movie things which shouldn't be seen in our federal capital, South Africa.
Ayodeji, this is all we can take from you because of our time. However, let me say many thanks to you.
You cannot run away from the shadow. Yes. Oh, yeah. Stop there. Huh? Where do you think you're going? Huh? Like I told you, I am your shadow. Pay me my money. Sorry, no, pay your money. Find a woman for me. Find a woman for me.
Are you not tired of being a tenant? At Revolution Plus Property, we offer affordable housing in our 43 estates across Nigeria. Contact us now on visit www.revolutionplusproperty.com.
Revolution Plus Property.
affordable housing.
Close to a decade, Revolution Plus Property has remained number one. Number one in affordable housing. Number one in making thousands of Nigerian landlords. Over 9,500 Nigerians already made landlords. We are number one in putting smiles all over the faces of thousands and millions all over the world. Proudly bridging the gap, the housing deficit in Nigeria. Our core values remains innovation, integrity, trust, and timely delivery. Our dedicated and hardworking staff members are committed to this vision and values. We pride ourselves as the provider of affordable housing. Over 43 estates, mega estates already delivered all over Nigeria. Over 6 branches in Lagos, Ikeja, in Lekki, Lagos, in Abeokuta, in Ibadan, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, also an international office in Dallas, Texas. Revolution Plus is the major contributor to the GDP of Nigerian economy, especially in the real estate sector. I've been employed over thousands of people working directly or indirectly for the company. Despite all, we remain committed. Despite all, we are not giving up. Despite all, we stand tall. Bamdele Nlaja is my name, the GMD and CEO of Revolution Plus Property. Thank you. God bless.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
Being an influencer or a celebrity, everyone sees success. No one sees the daunting exercises and training you have to go through to keep fit. Most times, I need to block out the noise to focus.
Even when I'm stuck, I still make moves. This isn't just any earbud, it's complete ear control. Putting this in my ear is like putting a sound studio in my ear, moving and dancing to the rhythms of the music.
Every accomplishment starts with a decision to focus. I have learned to always take one step at a time. Music is a part of all I do. When I am in a certain energy or mood, I have to distract myself and recharge.
Who am I? I am progressive, inspired by cutting-edge technology. I am a game changer, foiled by challenges and the need to provide exceptional customer service. With me, payments can be done instrumentally. I offer best prices. I deliver very fast and I am always on time. I offer after-sales services. I am efficient and reliable. With me, you're guaranteed peace of mind. I am Pointech, and I am proud to be part of the
You're still on to the U45 morning show. And about now, we want to look at the issues revolving around President Bola Tinubu's Chicago State University. And we are now being joined by an investigative journalist, David Hundeyin. David Hundeyin was the journalist that actually discovered the anomaly. Hello, David. Hello, David. Many thanks for joining us on U45 Morning Show. David, can you hear me? Hello, David. I don't know why it's pretty difficult for us to hear David. David, can you hear me? Oh, it seems that as a result of poor network, maybe we'll continue to discuss the topic until we are able to get Hundeyin speak to us. And so David Hundeyin, as I said, is the journalist that actually discovered all of these developments that is now in the open. And so looking at the developments as it is, the result released, guys, by Chicago State University, it's a pointer to the fact that, okay, David is back. Hello, David.
Hello, good morning.
It's good to have you join us on U45 Morning Show.
Thank you.
All right, quickly, David, looking at the President Tinubu's academic saga, I want you to tell us, I mean, from the unfolding political drama, can you specifically tell us the investigation you carried out? There is a pointer to what we are having at the moment.
Okay, so the story actually begins in 1999. Begins with Gani Farem, because that, as has been forgotten now, on Tinubu's INEC form 99, when he was running for governor of Lagos, he claimed to have attended the University of Chicago. Now, when attempts were made to verify this, the University of Chicago immediately disclaimed him. They said they don't know who this person is, they have no record for him. He then claimed that, oh, actually, sorry, it wasn't Chicago, it wasn't Chicago, it was State University. So, guy taking this up because there was this strong suspicion that this was not, but this was hampered by the fact that one, he had institutional immunity. This wasn't next of a post-election petition. This was just Gani Farem pursuing it as a private citizen. So he didn't really get very, and access to information in the pre-internet era was a lot more restricted than it is now. So last year, when he announced that he was running for president, that was when I obviously took an interest in this issue. A lot of the credit has to go to a lawyer, Mike Enahu, because in addition to the investigation, I took further. What he actually took INEC to court last year because INEC refused to release certified true copy of Bola Tinubu's INEC EC9 declaration form, which has all the information that the president claims, his background, his career background, educational background, date of birth, biodata, all of those things. So he took INEC to court, and INEC, and he beat INEC in court. So INEC was forced to release this EC9. Now, the information on this EC and went to America to try to find the backstory in America. So, for example, the claim that he had worked at the accountancy firm Deloitte using a subpoena to this was determined to be false. The response from Deloitte simply said, "We have no record for this person. We don't know who he is." A similar subpoena was sent out to State University to verify that did this person actually attend this institution? Does this person actually have a degree certificate from Chicago State University? And they responded to the subpoena with a trove of documents. And some of the interesting things that we noticed in those documents was that there were several discrepancies between what was showed on file for the person known as Bola A. Tinubu at Chicago State University and the person we now know as the Nigerian president. So for one thing, the date of birth is different. The person we know as Nigeria's president now supposedly was born in 1952. The person on file at Chicago State University was born in 1954. The person on file at Chicago State University is on file as a female, a woman. Obviously, the person we know as Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man. And then most egregiously, the degree certificates which Chicago State University as the degree certificate issued to Bola A. Tinubu was a completely different document to the document that he submitted to INEC. So when covering the story, I was then able to even take it further and trace where this supposed certificate, which is submitted to INEC, came from. And I was able to show forensically that this certificate was obtained from an online forgery service called diplomamakers.com. I was even able to show the actual source file for the forgery, the template used for this forgery. Now, being that obviously I wasn't a candidate in the election, Mike and I were about wasn't the candidate in the election. I guess in the Nigerian legal system found it very easy to sort of discount it. They claim that only someone who was either a co-contestant in the election or a political party involved in the election could raise issues regarding could raise issues surrounding someone's eligibility to run for office. So as a private citizen, you weren't allowed to do it. So Mike and I actually submitted a criminal complaint, but it didn't go anywhere. No judge took on the case, so it basically just died. It timed out. Now, after the election, Atiku Abubakar then decided to take this on, and his team actually reached out to me. I gave them everything I had, all the documents, information, everything that I had, and they contacted their lawyers in Chicago. They go through the exact process that Mike and I went through last year, but this time in a federal court at the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division in Chicago to compel Chicago State University to release the same records that were released to Mike a year ago. But this time, because they've been released to a presidential challenger, they apparently have more probate value in the Nigerian court system. So that was the battle we've been seeing over the past few weeks, where Tinubu's lawyers were desperately trying to prevent the court from granting the subpoena to Chicago State University, but eventually the subpoena was granted. And in addition to the subpoena, the judgment also said that people from officials from Chicago State University also had to attend a deposition, a sworn deposition, to be questioned by Atiku's lawyers under oath regarding the documents that they submitted under subpoena, the veracity of those documents, and principally the veracity of the supposed degree certificates which Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC. And the deposition, which has become publicly available now, I'm sure you must have seen it, shows conclusively, without a shred of doubt, that Chicago State University has decent certificates that Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC. They said categorically that they do not know where these certificates emanated from. It was not from them. They didn't issue it. So that's as conclusive as you are going to get a statement from Chicago State University saying that this certificate is a forgery. It didn't emanate from us. So that's pretty much a sort of brief summary.
From what you submitted, I want you to tell us what's a kind of crime is being established here that is being committed by the president. Can you hear me, David? David? Okay, I think we have poor network until we are able to get David. You have heard all that David Hundeyin says. What do we make out of this drama that is playing out now? I mean, for the number one president of the country to be found wanting in a case of integrity, so to say, certificate forgery and what have you, because I would have wanted him to tell us the basic crime committed by the president. What do you make out of this?
Well, the issue of integrity is at stake here. If the number one man of a nation, had to go that far to forge certificate just because of his ambition, the whole nation is, the dent on the international scene concerning Nigeria. It's sad. It's unfortunate.
But don't you think this is also a pointer to the fact that before now, we in the country, it's been established that politics is a dirty game. Okay, David is back. David.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I would want you to tell us, based on your investigation and what was submitted, can you tell us specifically the crime committed by President Bola Tinubu? Because some have said, okay, it is an integrity crime where we have a female as Bola Tinubu, and here we are, the president is a male. So tell us basically the crimes you find out that has been committed by the president.
So first of all, the most important thing here is the fact that his forgery was submitted to INEC. That's under the Nigerian
legal system. That's the only thing that is actually recognized as a crime specifically in the context of the presidential election. The fact that a forged certificate was submitted, because the electoral dates very clearly. It's a very clear, one of the clearest clauses in Nigerian law. Anyone who submits to INEC will not be qualified to stand for office. It's as simple as that. So that's the principal crime that has been committed here. A certificate. That is a disqualifying offense 100%. There's no way around that. The other crimes which have been committed, which I guess are more of an American issue here, potentially there has been an instance of identity fraud, identity theft. Obviously, this wasn't committed in Nigeria, so that's more of an American law enforcement issue. So there's the issue of identity fraud potentially by the president. There are issues surrounding Chicago State University itself, because if you've read the trove of which they have here, so it becomes clear. If I'm being charitable, at the very least, this is an institution which is criminally negligent at information handling. Because, for example, the Chicago State of asked that you think that you can confirm that Bola Tinubu at institution. Can you confirm that the Bola Tinubu that you have on file is the same person as the Nigerian president? And he goes, yes, I can confirm that. And then the question, and then the lawyer asks why, and he goes, because that's the information we have on file. The lawyer says, so do you know Bola Tinubu person? Have you ever met him? He says, no, I'm going only by the information on script. So the lawyer says, so you are just making an assumption then? And he goes, yes, that is correct. That's a sure. So essentially, a university making such pronouncements, even based on, I don't actually who they have on file versus who it is that is claiming to be their alumnus. That's a serious issue. That's potentially a criminal issue. In fact, I was informed a couple of days ago that there's a criminal investigation which is going to be starting up at Chicago State University pretty shortly. So I guess those are the main issues. There are obviously other ancillary issues here. Those are the main issues.
Now, with the disclosure of the CSU certificate, what do you think will be the impact on the ongoing woes of the ongoing Tinubu-led administration? What do you think would be the impact on the legal woes Tinubu-led administration is going through right now? That's talking about the implications of all that has played.
Right. So I guess the most immediate implication is the fact that the Supreme Court has a decision to make pretty shortly. As I said earlier, this is one of those few instances where Nigerian law is very clear. There is no ambiguity whatsoever that anyone who has submitted a forged certificate to INEC must be removed from office. And by the way, there is precedent for that in Nigeria. So in 1999, you might recall a fellow called Salisu Buhari, who was the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who was discovered to have submitted a forged University of Toronto. Moved from, he has never held office against his at the end of that. In 2009, the then finance minister, Kemi Adeosun, was discovered to have submitted a forged NYSC certificate, even a degree certificate, NYSC certificate. And because of that, she was forced to leave office in disgrace. So you have, fairly recent precedents for this. So the Supreme Court has a decision to make. The correct decision, obviously, would be to remove Bola Tinubu from office. However, we all know that the Supreme Court does not want to do that, will not want to do that. So there is going to be an issue there, potentially an issue of legal jeopardy, where the Constitution is very clear on something, and the people who choose to interpret the Constitution are then pretzels to find ways to misinterpret the Constitution. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch that play out. And then the secondary impact of all that is going on is that obviously there are international eyes on all of this. The supposed investors that Nigeria is supposed to be trying to attract, they are watching, they are looking closely. One of the key metrics that is used to make decisions regarding what country to invest or not invest in is stability of government. If the investors realize that Nigeria is a place which has certainty, it's just generous place that somebody who has this kind of on them, and then the legal system in that country is not strong enough to resist, the imposition of criminal elements into government. The legal system, basically the structural strength of that country, entities can rise to the very one issue. A third issue I think should occur is sometime toward the end of this month, the FBI has signified that it's going to start the process of releasing over 2,500 pages worth of information that it has in its file that it keeps on Bola Tinubu. And we know for a fact that a lot of that information is going to be criminal related information. So this just creates even more potential jeopardy, which is why I said on a different platform yesterday that from the moment this deposition was made, there's a possibility that we started witnessing the beginning of the end of the Tinubu government. Realistically speaking, there is no way, regardless of the Supreme Court does it to, that he's going to remain viewed as legitimate president.
If the shores of Nigeria move to the United States of America, for him to be able to establish the truth. And also the likes of other concerned Nigerians like you, for us to know that there is a challenge with the president's certificate. Do you think that the judiciary, because you have put the whole issue on the table of the judiciary, do you think our judicial system is strong enough to deliver judgment in this very case, considering the personality that we are talking about, the first man in Nigeria? David? Okay, I think we've okay, as a result of poor network. So guys, a lot of issues have been brought out by David.
Absolutely.
And the box now is like it stops at the table of the judiciary. Okay, David, are you there?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. Yes, very well.
All right, my question is, it took Atiku, the vice president, which is the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to go to lead the shores of Nigeria, move to the United States of America, for us to know that there is an issue with the president's certificate. Do you think that the judiciary or the judicial system of Nigeria is strong enough to deliver the right judgment in regards to this particular person in question, the number one citizen of Nigeria?
I think the judicial system of Nigeria has the opportunity to prove that it is strong enough. If we're going by historical precedent, it's neither here nor there. As I said, students for people having been removed from office for this exact same issue. So it's not as if it hasn't happened before. However, the other times it has happened, it wasn't the judiciary that enforced it. It was so in the case of Kemi Adeosun, it was an executive decision to fire him. Because of Salisu Buhari, it was a legislative decision to impeach him. So the jury doesn't have a track record of making these decisions. I mean, a couple of times has happened, maybe in some House of Reps member somewhere, some governor somewhere, it has happened, but never at the level of the presidency. So the judiciary has an opportunity. If we are going by precedent, you would have to say the answer is no. The judiciary hasn't proved that it has that sort of independence or bloody mindedness yet. However, there's a first time for everything. So I choose to see the cup as half full instead of half empty. So I've been critic judiciary.
Hello, David. I think we have a poor network again. It's difficult.
But they have an opportunity.
Okay, he's back.
To prove me wrong about them. They have an opportunity to prove that. Hello?
Okay, David. Willie?
Yeah, David, does the Chicago University issue have any impact on the credibility, international credibility of Chicago State University?
It absolutely does. As I mentioned earlier, there is actually a criminal investigation which is on the verge of starting up at Chicago State University now. I think at the very least it has become clear to anyone who reads that deposition or who goes to statements released under subpoena that if it's a stretch to say that the university is actively running some sort of diploma mill, some sort of degree awarding racketeering operation, if it's a stretch to say that, at the very least, you can definitely say that the university is criminally negligent. You can definitely say that because where a debt on file is being impersonated by, and then the university says they have no way of knowing who is who. That essentially, if you have the same name or you claim to have the same name as a student on file, then the university just assumes that you are the same as student on file. I've never heard of such a thing happening anywhere else. The university says they don't keep passport photographs, they don't keep passport data page, driving license, any kind of photo ID that somehow they did not have. So at the very least, you'd have to say if that some involved in a criminal conspiracy here, that it's actually possible for a university to admit people and not keep records of their photo ID. Something which is impossible even in a place like Nigeria. I'm sure we all went to university here. We all know the number of photographs you would take for registration. You will show how many, your birth certificate, all of those things. Assuming it's possible that a university in the US did not request for any of these ID materials, and this it's all just been a tragic. They are the victim. In this, you still have to say that they are criminally negligent at the very least. So yes, their reputation has been absolutely destroyed by this thing. I'm sure you're aware that they locked all their social media accounts. People cannot make comments on their social media posts because of the amount of backlash they've been getting, principally from Nigerians. I don't see that this damage is repairable. And by the way, Chicago State University has a very long history of corruption-related scandals. It's already one of the most poorly viewed universities in the United States. So I can't see how this is going to help them.
Okay, David. Now, the issues are no longer whether President Bola Tinubu attended CSU or not. But what we are unable to establish is the originality of the certificate he presented to INEC. Based on this, do you really think we have an argument before the Supreme Court?
Well, I mean, it's very clear
that there are two issues here. First of all, the certificate submitted, has the university identified it as theirs? Have they said it? They have clearly said this certificate did not emanate from us, which simply means in plain English, this certificate is a forgery. Because if the certificate did not emanate from the university, and the university has said they don't know where the certificate came from, they don't know how this person got hold of the certificate, that can only mean one thing. This certificate is a forgery, full stop. No question marks about that. And the second is, what does Nigerian law say about submitting a forged certificate to INEC? Nigerian law says, and I quote, anyone who submits a forged certificate to INEC shall not be qualified to stand for office. Clear. So as far as the legal question mark is, the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court actually takes itself serious, it shouldn't spend 5 minutes deliberating on this, because it has been established conclusively under the strongest probate environment in federal courts in the US, which is a stronger probate environment than even courts in Nigeria. It has been proven that this is a forgery. So the decision couldn't be clearer. Like, it's right in front of them. So whether they will actually make the right decision or not, that's a completely different situation. Because as we know, this is Nigeria, where, I mean, we've seen somebody who came fourth in an election being elevated to first place by the same Supreme Court. A decision that was so unconscionable that justices of Nigeria got slammed with visa bans by the US. So nothing is impossible. However, as I said, I choose to see the glass as half full instead of half empty. So they should always feel free to prove me wrong.
This is like a two-in-one question. Firstly, based on all that has played out, what will be the what do you think the effects this will have on an average Nigeria, both in diaspora and in Nigeria itself? I would like you to talk about that, and also tell us the lessons to be learned here, looking at these Tinubu's credentials.
So the impact on the average Nigerian, I'm sure we're already aware, because the average Nigerian already suffers from the poor reputation that Nigeria has. Already, we saw over the past week, there was a story that something like 500 Nigerian in the UK were apparently indicted for having some sort of forgery scandal. So they were being forced to retake their certification exams in order to keep on practicing. Nigeria already has a reputation, whether fair or unfair, but Nigeria already has a reputation for being something of a hotspot for dishonesty, be it 419 scams, internet business email calls, set document forgery. So it then becomes accepted that the sitting president of Nigeria is he used a forged certificate to go through his life and to get elected. And though this is public knowledge that the Nigerian with the fact that the sitting Nigerian is a fraud. It's not Tinubu that he's going to have diplomatic lifetimes. He's not a problem. We are the ones who are going to, short end of the stick. We are the ones who are going to face the issues, because we are the ones who, for example, at airports, are going to get scrutiny. We already have scrutiny to get even more, because we are the ones who have been seen everywhere we go that these ones they're or they're carrying drugs, or we are the ones who are voted and put aside from everyone else. This definitely isn't going to help that. And God, even people trying to get admission into university abroad are going to face even more scrutiny, because the plan is then going to be that Nigerians submit forged documents to use forged documents even from foreign institutions. So this is not for us in any way. Just a shame we are guilty of. The person who is not the one who is consequences. We are.
Okay, David, quickly, some have argued that the president should resign rather than take the country, down the precipice of scandalous revelations as seen now. Do you agree with this school of thought?
I do agree that in a normal society, even before in a normal society, such a person wouldn't even have stood for election. And if they did, the minute I even put out that story, and it became clear to anyone with a functioning pair of eyes that this man, because as far as I'm concerned, since November, this has been a fact. This person should have immediately stood down from the race. If for whatever reason he continued and he had become elected as president or whatever, from the minute it became clear that there is going to be a legal action in a foreign country that is going to expose the country to ridicule, he should have stepped down. Because if you love your country, that's what you do. Instead of dragging your country's name through the mud because of your personal, you step aside, right? But he's so desperate to be president to remain president, that matters. So in a normal society, yes, expect him to do what he has done, which is as everything and is for the whole world is a big market and thing has nothing is sacred. That's the Tinubu way of doing things. Historically, nothing has ever been sacred. See why he'll start now. So yes, he should resign, but I absolutely do not because why?
Okay, David, that will be all for now. Many thanks for helping us to dissect this topic of discussion. Thank you so much. We hope that when we call you next time, you will oblige. But before I let you go, absolutely, David, this brings to mind, I know that there are risks, involved in being an investigative journalist. Thank God you're not practicing here right now. Can you tell us some of the challenges you faced in this regards? Would you like to discuss that?
Well, the issue of safety, as we know, I have to leave Nigeria in 2020. There's a very real possibility that I might never be able to return to Nigeria again, which, I was born and raised in. But because of you, I've become persona non grata at home. So that's an issue.
Is that what you said? It's to poor network there. All right, David, many thanks for joining us on U45 Morning Show. Guys, you have heard David. I think, if my senses are not failing me, he was saying that he would never be able to travel to Nigeria again, which means that his life is at risk.
Yeah, I think so, because he has exposed a lot of crucial documents and information, and I guess he's been having a lot of threats. That's the reason why he feels it's safer for him to be out of the country. I think he's back.
Okay, David is here.
Yes.
Hello, David. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I was trying to establish, if I heard you well, that you said you will never be able to travel to Nigeria again. Was that what you said? And why?
I might never be able to travel to Nigeria again. There's a good possibility that might happen, and increasingly I'm having to make peace with that.
So are you seeking asylum at the moment?
I had asylum in 2020. I've had asylum status since 2021.
Oh, wow. Poor you well. All we can say is to wish you well and pray that you are safe. Thank you so much, David, for being a part of U45 Morning Show. We pray you have have a nice day. Guys, you have anything to say to David?
God be with you.
Thank you, David. All the best.
All right, David. Our viewers, of course, we've been speaking with David Hundeyin, an investigative journalist who was exposed to all of the results. Do I call it now? Certificate forgery of our number one citizen, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here we are. I just want to establish something said by David there. He said that as a result of this revelation, that some nurses have actually been asked to take another
professional exams,
yes.
So, I mean, what do you make out of this?
The integrity of all Nigerians is at stake right now, not just the president. Everybody, our integrity is at stake because everybody is now reviewing. All over the world, they're reviewing the certificates of Nigerians because they believe that we are fraudulent people because of this outcome. Now, the youths now want to create omelets without breaking the eggs. They don't want to study, a lot of them, and they will take this as, if the president can do it, we can do it. So I think this should seriously be looked into and the necessary actions taken so that the head will give us the good example so that the body can follow.
Okay, based on what is happening, we can say that indeed it appears that the president is actually desperate. A desperation is at play here. And some people are saying that the president should resign. And knowing the nature of our politicians or our leaders, so to say, they are in office, they are accused of office abuse, it becomes pretty difficult for them to resign. Now, talking about this particular case, do you think the president can shun his personal ambition for the generality of Nigerians' integrity?
Well, in a saner climb, when a leader is being alleged for theft, fraud, and the likes, in a saner climb, the right thing to do is to resign. That's the right thing to do. But like you said, it is not our culture here. But now that we're in the face of the international community, I think the president can save us this shame by resigning. That's the right thing to do.
The president can save us shame from resigning. Well, very soon, as viewers, you will also have the opportunity for you to have your say, but definitely not now, because this issue will continue. We'll continue to talk about it because it has to do with our integrity as Nigerians. Well, we will take a short break now, and when we return, it will be time for us to talk to our sports team. Do stay.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
Being an influencer or a celebrity, everyone sees success. No one sees the daunting exercises and training you have to go through to keep fit. Most times, I need to block out the noise to focus.
Even when I'm stuck, I still make moves. This isn't just any earbud, it's complete ear control. Putting this in my ear is like putting a sound studio in my ear, moving and dancing to the rhythms of the music.
Every accomplishment starts with the decision to focus. have learned to always take one step at a time. Music is a part of all I do. When I am in a certain energy or mood, I have to distract myself and recharge.
Who am I? I am progressive, inspired by cutting-edge technology. I am a game changer, foiled by challenges and the need to provide exceptional customer service. With me, payments can be done instrumentally. I offer best prices. I deliver very fast and I am always on time. I offer after-sales services. I am efficient and reliable. With me, you're guaranteed peace of mind. I am Pointech, and I am proud to be part of this amazing family. Now you can rest assured you can get all your mobile phones, electronics, gadgets, everything at affordable prices. So what are you waiting for? Join the Pointech side of life. Pointech, phones and more.
Some school of thoughts believe the major challenges confronting Nigeria as a nation is caused by poor leadership. How true is this? You and I can actually put government into tools to deliver the dividends of democracy. Join us every Saturday by 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Let us look at the issues confronting us as a nation. Together we talk heads. Nigeria can be great again. I'm Adenike Oweye Ajiboye. Keep it date.
What up, guys? How's your day going? How are you doing this? I want to believe that you're having fun, right? This bright and sunny day. You know that once you see this duo on your TV screen, we're here to serve you some entertainment.
And of course, entertaining gist coupled with good music won't hurt anybody, right? So here on Super Lunch, we get to entertain you, educate you on recent happenings in the world of entertainment. I am your girl, Eva Grace.
And I am Shegun Delala Adeyemi, the Duke of your airwaves. You know how it is. We serve you good entertainment Mondays all through to Fridays. And that's how we do. We'll take
You're still watching U45 Morning Show, and it's time for sports. Let's now join our sporting duo, Wakigo and Solomon Osage. You know what? I'm not a fan of sports because it happened from the day that Nigeria were unable to win the World Cup. I cried and I cried and I told myself, no more interest in football. But of course, tell us what's happening in the world of sports.
No, even if you don't have interest in football, there should be other sports you should have interest in, like swimming and all that.
Is it a must?
Probably shooting.
Like really? I have interest in broadcast sports.
Anyway, good morning viewers, welcome to U45 on Super Screen Television. We're starting with the story of the Under-20 World Cup. FIFA just increased the number of participating teams in the World Cup. Previously it was 16 teams, and they had an age here recently, and it was moved up to 24 teams. That means we have about 4 countries in Africa to join other countries to make it 24 compared to what we have before. 16 countries. I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, for the women's football, I think that's fair enough.
And this is under 20, not even the senior team.
It's good, to increase the, expose our young girls, to the international scene, and then we can be able to draft some of these talents to the senior national team.
Do we have any age when it comes to football? When is the right time to retire as a lady in football?
Should there really be a particular age to resigning? Because one thing I believe that sports really, it's about interest. As long as you're fit, why not? You continue because it's something you have interest. The enthusiasm, as long as the enthusiasm is there, then you continue. So I don't think there should be.
What about in terms of fitness and
That's what I said. As long as the player is fit, let the player continue.
Because in the last World Cup, we had a female player from Nigeria, actually the captain, Onoma Ebi. She was 40.
Wow,
40.
that's awesome.
She had a feel of 1 or 2 games.
She's still very physically fit.
Yeah.
But does she have children? Because one thing I know that sports
she's not married.
She's not married. Or you
might want to recommend someone for her.
Oh, me? That will be you.
Anyway, away from that, the Tigers defeated the almighty United States basketball team in the training tour in China after failing to qualify for the Olympics. And they were in China. They were called by the Chinese Basketball Federation to be part of a tour in China.
Yes.
And gladly for them, they defeated the United States team, almighty United States.
We have a good team, the basketball team, the Tigers. They are very good, and then, in fact, winning the United States team, that's kudos to the guys. That was a good one.
But failing to qualify for the big one, the Olympics, come 2024.
It's so unfortunate, but I'm sure when they work harder, they'll be able to, take us to the next level and qualify for other tournaments.
Do you believe that you have to be like 6-7 feet as a lady to play basketball?
I think that is very relevant because it's a game of heights. So it is very relevant. I know that part of what they used to, disqualify people, ladies from playing football is your height. It's just like also joining the force. You need height. It's always an advantage. So I believe that.
And also, I think nutrition takes a greater part of sports in Nigeria. We've seen a case where a lot of our athletes are not properly fed and given the right nutrients, and when they go to international tournament, they don't really perform.
They're not properly fed.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I must tell you the truth. Yeah, they all don't perform when they go to major tournaments.
Yeah, because some nutrients are missing in their bodies.
It's true. Anyway, away from that, Remo Stars Football Club will be having it out with Enugu Rangers, the Flying Antelope, in the second edition, on the second leg of the NPFL Cup. It's going to be a battle of two, one of the most expensive, and not just expensive, the most experienced coach we have in the league, in the person of Fidelis Ilechukwu and Daniel Ogumbote. Ogumbote is the coach of Remo Stars, and Ilechukwu the coach of the Flying Antelopes. Enugu Rangers, some time, way back, they were part of the team, part of the best teams in Nigeria. I wonder what happened. They're nowhere to be found. Top 4, you can't find Enugu Rangers.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, succession plan. When a team is doing fine, what is the next agenda? What are the teams, what are the succession plan? As players are retiring, as players are being transferred, what is the club doing to bring in other players that can keep the momentum going? So that was what Enugu Rangers suffered from and is affecting them today.
Wow. Talking about Enugu Rangers, they have a female team. They're trying to see if they can, be part of success when it comes to female football in Nigeria. What is your take on it?
I think it's a beautiful one, basically. For females, I'm always of the opinion that the ladies should actually push themselves to succeed. And so for me, this is a good feat for them.
Something happened way back, I think to the last edition of the World Cup. The female team of the United States said they want to earn the same amount of money like the men, because they've been bringing laurels to the country. The men have never won anything major, like major trophies for a United States team, and the ladies have been doing successfully well.
I think they have a case.
Yeah, they actually had a case, and guess what? They won that case. So now they get the same
salaries.
Source
for the Uganda is source for, come on. They should be given, just talking about equality, gender equality. Come on. The fact that you are a female does not reduce you as a person. So I believe this is what the government themselves should have come to terms with. Not because the same energy the men use to play football is the same energy that the female are also using to play football. So why not?
Are you sure we're going to see stuff like that happen in Nigeria?
Well, maybe not immediately, but that's the goal. That should be the vision of the government, where the females are getting equal treatment to their male counterparts in every area of sports.
And I think it's a problem, even looking at the country itself. If a female should contest for presidency now, you find out that she's not going to go anywhere. And I think it is high time that we begin to look at it, that what a man can do, a woman can do better.
So
let's give people, it should be based on merit, irrespective of gender. It should be based on merit. Because even when you look at the home front, you find that for a successful home, it is about the woman. If the woman is good and knows what she's doing, knows her onions, the home is good for it. And maybe that's the reason for which Nigeria is still experiencing setbacks. Maybe we should have moved beyond the level we are now and look at what we're talking about.
So you're saying Nigeria is ready for a female president?
Well, for me, I think Nigeria is ready. It is about the people. We have to determine what we want.
Games were played yesterday in the UCL group stage match, and it was RB Leipzig 1 and Manchester City 3. And also somewhere in England, Newcastle 4 and PSG had it just 1. And I don't know what happened. Mbappe wasn't, he didn't call the scoring booth yesterday.
Yeah, the Newcastle team did their homework very well. Locked down Mbappe, and then PSG will have no threats. It was a good game of football. I enjoyed it.
Now, when you get injured in a game of football, it shows that it only means you can't perform. And Manchester City have been having some, string of injuries and all that. But yet they won that game yesterday in Germany.
But could that be the reason for the low performance of Mbappe?
Oh, well, no, Mbappe is not injured, but they lost the game yesterday. But I mean, all eyes on Mbappe. He's the cynosure of the team, so I mean, he's supposed to bring his best.
Mbappe is one footballer that I really admire based on his last performance. I mean, he was a very good player, a goal scorer, and you see that he's not always happy when he doesn't have victory. You understand? So I can imagine the state Mbappe is now. But of course, like they say, every day is not Christmas. You have your day that you are, very effective, and you have days that maybe it's a head challenge that he might not have disclosed to anyone. But because of the fans who expect so much from him, he has to get himself on the field.
You sound like you know a lot of players. Now, let me take you on this. This is the last of you are now. Now, just mention 4 Nigerian players. 4 Nigerian male players. Just 4 of them.
Can I remember now? No, please don't put me under the bus.
Anyway, that's it for sports on U45. See you some other time.
All right, the viewers, this is where we're going to draw the curtain on this UH45 morning show. Many thanks for being a part of the program. Remember to join us same time tomorrow. I'm Badenike Ajiboye.
And I'm Joel Wakego.
I'm Wilfred Osage Solomon.
And from all of us, it's bye.